Have you ever noticed something strange in your life? The moment you start changing, the moment you start getting closer to God, the moment you start thinking differently, some people slowly disappear. Conversations become shorter, messages stop coming. The connection feels different, and at first, it hurts. You start asking yourself, did I do something wrong? Why are people pulling away from me? But what if I told you something powerful today? Sometimes the distance you're feeling is not rejection. It's divine protection. Because when God begins preparing you for a new season, He often separates you from people who can't go where you're going. Part 1. Growth changes your circle. Most people think growth only changes your life. But the truth is, growth changes your relationships. When you begin to grow spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, your priorities change. Things that once entertained you no longer interest you. Conversations that once excited you now feel empty. And slowly, you realize something. Some people were connected to the old version of you, not the person you're becoming. They were comfortable when you were, unsure of yourself, quiet about your faith, afraid to step into purpose. But the moment you begin walking with confidence, the dynamic changes. Not because you became arrogant, but because your growth exposes their stagnation. And many people are comfortable around the version of you that doesn't challenge them. Part 2. God uses isolation as preparation. One of the hardest parts of spiritual growth is isolation. Suddenly your circle gets smaller, your phone gets quieter. The same people who once surrounded you are no longer there, and it feels lonely. But here is something powerful most people never realize. God often isolates you before He elevates you. Think about Jesus. The Bible tells us that Jesus often withdrew to lonely places to pray. He stepped away from the crowd. Not because He was weak, but because silence prepares you for purpose. When the noise disappears, you begin hearing God's voice more clearly. When the distractions leave, your focus becomes sharper. Sometimes God removes people from your life because they were too loud for your calling. Part 3. Not everyone is assigned to your future. This is a truth many people struggle to accept. Not everyone who started with you is meant to finish with you. Some people were meant to walk with you for a season. They taught you something. They helped you grow. But their assignment in your life is now complete. The Bible asks a powerful question. Can two walk together unless they are agreed? Alignment matters. When your mindset changes, when your faith grows, when your priorities shift, misalignment becomes obvious. And suddenly relationships feel forced. Conversations feel heavy. The connection that once felt natural now feels exhausting. This is not drama. This is spiritual discernment. Part 4. The danger of going back. Here's the real danger in seasons of growth. Sometimes we miss people so much that we try to return to the same environment God pulled us out of. We go back to the same friendships, the same habits, the same places. But something inside you knows you don't belong there anymore. The peace you once had there is gone. The excitement feels fake. Because once God opens your eyes, you can't unsee the truth. Remember Lot's wife in the Bible. God was leading her into a new future. But she looked back at the past, and in that moment, Her past froze her future. Sometimes looking back is more dangerous than moving forward. Part 5. Outgrowing people doesn't mean you're better. During seasons of growth, the enemy will whisper something dangerous into your mind. He will say, "You think you're better than them." But that's not the truth. Outgrowing people is not about pride. It's about alignment. Even Jesus experienced this. The Bible says in Mark 6:5 that Jesus could not do many miracles in a certain place because of their unbelief. The environment wasn't aligned. Sometimes God removes you from certain spaces, not because the people are bad, but because the atmosphere can't support your calling anymore. Part 6. Elevation requires separation. Every level of growth comes with a cost. Sometimes the cost is comfort. Sometimes the cost is familiarity. And sometimes the cost is relationships. Because the higher God takes you, the lighter you must travel. You can't carry every connection into your future. Some people are not built for the next level of your life. And that's okay. They were part of your journey, but they are not part of your destination. Conclusion: your growth is not a mistake. If you're in a season where your circle is getting smaller, your mind is changing, your spirit feels different, some people are drifting away, don't panic. You're not losing people. You're stepping into the version of yourself that God is building. And sometimes the path to purpose requires walking with fewer people, so you can walk closer with God. Because the truth is this: God will never remove something from your life without making room for something better. Ending call to action. So let me ask you something today. Who is God quietly distancing you from right now? And are you brave enough to let go? If this message spoke to you, comment below, "I'm growing." Because your growth season is not the end. It's the beginning of the life God prepared for you.